many people believe a degree is enough to succeed at work?
Why so many people believe that degree? I think it's historical mindset. If you do well in school, you're going to do well in life. You're going to be successful in life. And it's a cultural influence, and people place higher value in education and really see it as a safer pathway to financial security. And sometimes financial security is a way to define success at work or in life. I'm not saying financial security is not important. I think it's one of the area that, of course, would create happiness. I think it's not an absolute. If you do well in school and then you're going to do well in life. I think also we have to define well. Are you feeling fulfilled? Are you happy? Is there a meaning, or just about financial success?
Yeah. Okay, so beside the technical skills, so what soft skill that student need to for career path?
I think for me, the most important is emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence includes self-awareness,
Yeah.
understanding who you are, what are your strengths, what are your limitations, what's your values, why you do what you do, what gives you meaning. I think that's really where it starts. And then second thing is self-management, because there's a lot of external factor, people may trigger your emotion, and it's how do you manage yourself? How do you always show up with good energy, or really a calm mindset? And then lastly is empathy. How do you really put things into perspective, understanding how people feel, picking up those unspoken language, body language? You can develop that relationship with the people that you work. So other skills, social skills is important. How do you influence and communicate with others? How do you have curiosity, be able to ask for help, having a growth mindset, really knowing that, hey, failure is not a destination, it's just part of the process. Efforts, it's more important. It's continue to be on that journey and persevere, and having that resilient mindset.
So, how can someone develop the critical thinking and problem solving skill effectively?
Yeah, I think there are a few ways. Certainly, there is problem solving framework, really asking the why, asking the what, who, when, how, why questions. I'm sure people know SWOT analysis or design thinking framework really started with a problem statement, and then you work your way through solutions. And I think it's a lot about collecting data in problem solving, challenging your assumption. Don't jump into that conclusion right away, and create hypothesis and experiment it. You have to take some risks sometimes, and then again having that growth mindset. It's the belief that the ability to learn is not fixed. It does change if you give your efforts, and failure is not a permanent condition.